All right. Okay, so we've finished looking at the first module where we talked about, we did an introduction to the course, and we also looked at the basics of HTML. And in the last lesson, we talked about the basic structure of an HTML document, and we looked at the different tags that are there in the basic structure, right? So in this lesson, we'll look at module 2, which deals with the text and the heading. So in this one, you're going to learn how to add different text like paragraphs and headings. Then also learn how we can create different lists and links on our pages, and also learn how we can add images to our website. Okay. So in this lesson, I'll focus for now on formatting text with HTML using headings and paragraphs, and in the next lesson, that's why you now learn about creating lists and links. All right, so let's head over to our VS Code and be able to look at how we can add our headings and our different paragraphs. Okay, so in the last lesson, we had added a paragraph and a heading here, and we were able to see the changes here. But if you notice, there's nothing at the moment, right? So even on our website, you notice that nothing will change. There's nothing that will appear even if we refresh the page. Okay. So the reason being is, remember what I said in the previous lesson, whatever you add, okay, in the body, that's what the user will be able to see. So here, if I was just to type the word heading, okay, heading like that, and just save the work and be able to head back to my page and refresh, you notice that we have text that has been added. Why? Because in the heading, in the body, that's where I added this text. But one thing you notice is that it's no longer as bold and big as the previous one that we added, right? The reason being is because we've not properly formatted this and we've not specified what type of text it is, whether it's a paragraph tag or whether it's a heading. So with headings, there are now 6 types of headings. So we have what we call the H1 up to the H6. So there's H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. Now, the font size of this heading is dependent on the number attached to the H. The H stands for heading. So when we say H1, H1 is actually the largest heading among the 6. So the larger the number, the smaller the font size. Okay. So let me demonstrate that. So here, okay. So here, if I write H1, okay, like that, then I put heading 1, okay. Then I copy the same one, paste it, and just change here and put H2, then put heading 2. Then let's try to skip from H2 to maybe H6. And say heading 6. If we save the work and refresh our page, you now notice that these have got different sizes. You've seen that? So the larger the number, the smaller the font of that heading, right? So this is how you add your different headings. So you can specify which one you want depending on your usage or situation, right? So this is how you add a heading. Remember, it's from 1 to 6, and the font size is dependent on the number. So the smaller the number, the larger the font size of that heading. Okay, so now let's see how we can add a paragraph. Okay, so with a paragraph, you have to indicate a P here. Okay, so a P represents a paragraph. So inside here, you can now write whatever you want on the paragraph. So I'm just typing Roaring so that we can generate some text that you can see. Okay, then I'll just beautify this so that it's in a proper structure. Okay, like that. So I'll save the work, go to my website, refresh it, and you'll now be able to see that's the paragraph. So you can now see the difference between a paragraph. Okay, so let's just add another. Okay, add an H1 here like that. Then you say heading 1. Then we just beautify the code like that, properly structure it. Okay, or we can use this HTML language features. Okay, which structures it. At least it gives some spaces there. Right. Then I save and check the website like that, and you see the differences. Now we have a heading 1 and we have a paragraph there. Okay, so this is how you add a heading and the paragraph inside your body for it to display in your browser.